State Theater, so look out for that. Coming to stage right now, this guy's always a big help here at State Theater. Keep going, Chris Hayes. Can we turn it up? Turn it up for turn it up. You ain't nothing but a bitch ass nigga. That ain't worth the food. It's really uncomfortable for me. Thank you, though. My name is Chris Hayes. I have been with my wife for over 20 years, and we have 4 kids together. Thank you. I want you to know that marriage is a lot of teaching moments, and unfortunately for my wife, I'm a really slow learner. Like, it's kind of like being stuck in high school for 20 years because you just can't pass the final. And the teacher's trying her best. Like, she's giving you the answers over and over again, and you're just not getting it. Like, and it's not always my fault. Like, sometimes it's my friend's fault. Like, I have a friend named Bryce. That's a made-up name, by the way. That's like a hot guy's name, Bryce. I'm not attractive enough to even be friends with somebody named Bryce. Like, you meet a Bryce at like a CrossFit class that I'm obviously not taking. You meet a Chris like in the aisle of a Home Depot where he's Googling how to hammer. There it is. But I needed to make up a name just so that you realized it wasn't a story about me. So Bryce, here's what I learned, is if your wife tells you that she has to return a pair of pants because they're too small, don't say to her, "Are you sure it's not just because you're retaining water?" She knows her body. She knows like her cycle, all that stuff. She doesn't need you to tell her. Like, you coming along 10 years after she's learned all this stuff, you, this man, are going to tell her what's going on. It's not going to, because let's just pretend it is because she's retaining water. That's like the wrong time to tell her that. I had a friend, somebody told me, because I have a wife and 2 daughters, they said, just so you know, they're all going to sync up. And for 1 week out of the month, it's going to be miserable. And I took that as a promise. Because I'm like, I can do that. I can get through 1 week out of a month. The problem is, my wife and daughters, they're tidally locked. Like opposing magnets. And my daughters, because they're synced up with the girls at school. But they go to 2 separate schools. So like, there's like a landmine hidden in my house at all times. I gotta watch it. So I just go around like with chocolate all the time. I've got chocolate in my pocket. But I forget to take it out, and then I wash it. So I gotta wash it, so that the chocolate in my pocket, I don't wash it. Yeah. That should have been on there. Okay. I'm speaking of looks, though, because I talked about looks earlier. I'm sorry that I looked like I was happy about the way the election turned out. I wasn't, because I didn't own any of that Trump stock. That was a letdown. No, I was really upset that night. It did not go well for me. Mainly because, like, as the election results are coming in, I said to my wife, I was like, well, clearly America doesn't want a woman in charge. I doubled down on it. I said, so therefore I should be in charge around here a little more. Let me tell you, we had a January 6th of our own that night. But there was no storming of the Capitol, okay? Like, the domes were untouched. The Washington Monument was upright and full of regret. When I wrote that joke, I first wrote it as like the Washington Monument was tall and full of regret. But we all know the Washington Monument's white, so. Now, a lot of people were surprised that Trump won, and some people were like, oh, I'm surprised he's even running. And it's like, no, he had all those lawsuits and stuff like that. I know that made the most sense to me that he was running, because it's kind of like that divorced dad that's fighting for his kids for custody. He doesn't really want them. He just doesn't want to pay child support to her. Right? Like, he's gonna promise those kids anything just to get them to vote for him. They're like, you want chocolate cake for breakfast? Every day. But he'd rather be out on the golf course or, grabbing women's dome thing. Okay, I do have more friends other than Bryce. I've got a friend who's really into video games. He's super excited because he just made it to level 2 of diabetes. And it's not easy to get there. You gotta do a lot of grinding, okay? You gotta go, you can't just go to McDonald's every day. You've got to, then go to Chick-fil-A after there for a milkshake, and then over to Arby's to wash it down. It's a lot. He's got a deal, he could just walk into his Taco Bell and hand them a $20 bill, and they will give him a bag of cinnamon twists. It's just on the menu. It's an all-cash transaction. They don't touch anything in the register. I have other friends. I love to go to my friends' weddings because, my marriage is the most important thing to me. But every time I go to a wedding, I'll pull out my phone and put a reminder, one of those reoccurring calendar things, so I can send them a card on their anniversary. But I kind of limit how long it reoccurs based on how long I think that marriage is going to last. Some friends of mine here are now realizing why they stopped getting cards from me. And I judge it strictly based on how nice the wedding is. If it's an ornate church and there's a 3-course meal, you're going to get 15 years of cards out of me. But if we're in a VFW hall in Secaucus, New Jersey, I'm not taking my phone out of my pocket. If my phone costs more than your whole wedding, how long are you in for it? If you could just call this whole thing off and not even pay an early termination fee. Okay, so I don't like watching action movies anymore or TV shows because they're just too unbelievable. Does anybody remember the show 24? Kiefer Sutherland had 24 hours to save the world. If I was in that spot, I think I'd make it till 11:45, and then it's I need a nap. I am not going to last that long. Maybe with the Roman line, 1:15, pushing it. I'm going to get a little cranky and start arguing with that. You get out of the thing and you come do this. But, and then James Bond is the worst to me, because he'll go and seduce a woman and then go defuse a nuclear bomb. And I'm for me, afterwards, I'm asleep. My wife thinks I'm great at cuddling. I just left it all on the battlefield. She woke me up today, she's giggling. She's like, you fall asleep so fast, it's cute. I'm I was asleep and you woke me up to tell me that. So I'm gonna set my alarm for like 3 a.m. this morning and just wake up and like, you're so cute when you're sleeping. And then just give her some chocolate. Okay. Hey, thank you very much, man. It's Chris Biggs.
Keep on, Chris Biggs. Biggs, you have how many children?
4 kids.
4 kids, and which one is your favorite?
So I've decided that, one of the great things about being a father is you can steal your kids' Halloween candy. But because I can't cuss at my kids, right? I can't tell them I hate them. I can't yell
You need
at
to
them.
hire me? Is this what we're talking about? Okay, go ahead.
But so I choose which kid's candy I take based on which one I hate the most at a time.
What ages?
8, 12, 14, 16.
That was a weird way to go. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. And so which ones, who got their candy stolen?
It's the oldest. And she loves them. I go after the ones she likes the most.
Yeah.
I don't even like Milky Ways, but she loves them, so I just take them all.
Power through it.
It's the only thing I have to really,
You gotta establish dominance, because around that, she's had her period for so long, you just gotta let her know. I don't care that I'm the only man here.
I do it in secret, while she's sleeping. I'm too scared to.
Keep it going for the alpha male Chris Biggs. All right, keep it rolling right now.